wrestling with AEW All Out Toronto. It took place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at the Scotty Bank Arena. We don't have an attendance record, which kind of upsets me. I'd like to see that, but
I want to say it was like 18. I want to say 18,000, but I could be wrong. I
uh,
want to say it was no. It might have been the same as. Hold on. I want to say it was the same as uh Wrestlepalooza, but
I mean, it looked like a packed house. It looked like
I mean, yeah,
you know,
that thing was. It's a basketball arena, so basically two basketball arenas.
I mean, say what you will about, Dynamite and Collision, like they can barely fill those, arenas that they're in. When it comes to these paid previews, they know how to fill them. They get solid attendance most of the time. So go ahead to them. And I mean, the crowd was hot as well. Um, usually I will tell you.
Okay, 12,222.
Okay, so it's 12,000 people, and the Scotia Bank Arena holds roughly 18,000. uh, 19,000 basketball. So I mean, it's not that. It's maybe not as good as it could have been looking at these stats. I mean, it's still good for them. It's we could agree that it's a hell of a lot more than they do on a random dynamite.
Yes, that we can agree on.
So, usually, I tell you, my viewing experience when it comes to these shows, I usually spread it out, over the course of 5 days with, watching an hour of the show each. I actually watched this, in two sittings. I watched, it, the whole show in one sitting, and then I just went back and watched the last match for the end. Um, and I don't know, maybe I had, happy pill shoved up my ass or something because I was just in a good mood. And I was maybe a little bit more optimistic about the show than I have been in previous shows. What I saw, and I did see, a good portion of it, I didn't necessarily hate as much as I usually do. So I would honestly say that this was one of their more successful paid previews that they've done. The key word that I would say when it came to this show was constraint. They showed constraint for AEW standards. What say you, Tanaka?
I mean, it was a good show, but god damn, that main event was long as fuck. When the main event is running over into the first two matches of WWE, bro, you need to quit.
Time to pack it up?
Pack it up. Pack, pack it up.
Yep. Alright, well, let's get into it. Your first match of the card, um, Edge and Christian.
Wait a minute, is it okay? Thank God, main card. Okay, oh,
Yeah,
because if we would do a pre-card, we'd be here all goddamn night. Um,
I think there's literally no reason to watch. I didn't even see the pre-show, so no reason.
good to know. I mean, good to know.
Um, First match on the card, Edge and Christian versus Fuck the Revival. That's Dax Hardwood, Cass. What's his name? Cass Wheeler. This
And
stupid names. So yeah, with Stokely Hathaway in the corner, Edge and Christian won in 18 minutes 5 seconds. I mean, the crowd was hyped when they started, the video package, and then there was this like stupid fucking, like comedic like video package where the Edge and Christian came into the building, and there was a hockey legend, and then Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys, and I don't know, it completely took me out of the match before. It took me out of the whole paid preview before I even got into it. Um,
Oh, really?
yeah, I thought it was still stupid as fuck. You have, obviously a blood feud with Edge and Christian against FTR, and then you go into comedy shit? No. And why? And don't. Uh, but, when they actually got their asses in the ring and wrestled, I thought it was a proper tag team match. Edge and Christian are obviously 25-year veterans. Cass and Dax are, vets in their own, time period. So they knew how to deliver, a proper, well executed tag team match. So, I mean, everything that was done in the match was done very well. And then, I mean, obviously for the end, Beth Phoenix came out, ate the pile driver. I mean, I would have liked this match to have ended the feud completely, and maybe just been a good way to retire Edge as a whole. But I don't think Edge is ever retiring at this point. So just take that as for what it's worth. Oh, what? Could you repeat that? I did not pick it up.
I mean, spot of the night was what, the Edge John Cena spot?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, never in my 1,000 years I would hear a John Cena chant at an AEW match. I was like, that was not on the bingo card this year.
I mean, I mean, John Cena did Edge's move in on SmackDown, so I mean, he was just kind of returning the favor.
I know he was returning the favor, but I'm just saying I did not see that crowd going along with that.
Well, I mean, they obviously get it. So, I mean,
they get it,
they
but
understood
to
the
me in
assignment.
1,000 years you would hear a John Cena chant at an AEW event, knowing damn well he ain't setting one foot in that bitch.
So, I mean, again,
I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm just saying that's the spot of the night.
so, uh, like I was saying, this is Edge's, 5 years into the retirement tour of Edge. So there's that. This could have been a great way to just, end it all, but, it continues to go. Take it for what it is. Beth Phoenix was a nice addition to, make the rivalry more personal than it already was. So yeah, I would say that this was all successful on my part. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, yeah, the Beth Phoenix angle came in really quick. The only thing I hated was the aftermatch because Edge was handcuffed, and it just seemed like there was no emotion for his wife getting pile driven. He just looked like, I'm confused, I'm stuck in the handcuffs, knowing damn well if that was any other person and their wife, they would be trying to bite their fucking hand off to get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
So that angle to me just was like, I get Edge is handcuffed. I just wish Edge had more fervor to try to get out of the handcuffs, if that makes sense.
No, I completely agree with that.
Because it almost seemed like he was just sitting there like Paddington Bear, like, what is this handcuff and why am I stuck to it?
Did he have a
That's what it
marmalade
felt
sandwich?
like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, that's what it felt like to me.
No, like I said, I agree. Oh, like I said, I don't watch, so yeah. Well, how many stars you give this one?
I mean, overall, it was a good match. That's decent four, considering they got everything done. I mean, the right team won. Christian's still like, fuck you.
Right.
Christian's still on this fuck you phase, even though Edge is like, hug me. And Christian's like, fuck you. Edge is still on the go fuck yourself phase, and Edge is all in. It's just crazy.
Oh, yeah. I kind of agree. 4 stars. Um, all in all, worked very well. Um, Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave gave this 3.5.
You might want to go higher, my man.
4.5.
4.5.
Okay, I see where we're going so far. Alright, next match. Eddie Kingston defeated Big Bill with Bandit Keith in his corner in 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Um, I told you I actually did enjoy the show, and it was part in due part to the fact that I speeded up shit that I did literally did not matter, and this was shit that did not matter, so I sped it up. I did see that god awful uh, what is it? Backhand slap by Eddie Kingston that didn't connect, but he still got the W with it. Which I just think is hilarious. But yeah, I didn't see the match. What say you?
I mean, I saw the match. I just thought I love them both, but that match, the crowd, I could hear a mouse piss on cotton the way that the crowd interacted with that match. I mean, the intros were cool, and then the bell rang,
And
and
ain't that a damn good
and
line?
that and that's what it was. And I mean, I get it because everybody was like, "Why should I be invested in the match per se?" And and part of it was also like Eddie Kingston having ring rust, his first match back in God knows how long, right?
18 months I think they
And
said.
yeah, which made it even weirder that he got the fucking victory.
I mean, they wanted to send the crowd home happy.
I mean, Brie Bella came back after 10 years and got her ass kicked in the first match, singles match she had.
What are you talking about? She beat Chelsea Green in her first match,
I'm
singles
talking
match.
about the man. I ain't talking about Chelsea. We know Chelsea's a sacrificial lamb. We talking about real competition.
I mean, she won her well, could you make the argument that Big Bill is the sacrificial lamb?
Wait a minute, did Big Bill attack him after the match?
I could not tell you.
I could not tell you either. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember if he attacked him after the match, but yeah, you couldn't make that argument. I just,
I mean,
but
I mean, look at it this way. When was the last time Big Bill won a high-profile match?
when he was like a tag champion.
So in his WWE tenure?
No, wasn't he tag champions with Ricky Starks?
Oh, that's right. So, like, what? That was 3 years ago?
A couple years ago. Two minimum.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like, oh, Big Bill is setting the world on fire. You know, he is essentially in the Chelsea Green position. You know, if Jericho comes back, then obviously he would be the Becky Lynch.
Maybe.
So, I mean, how many stars you give this one?
I mean, I don't think you even gonna rate the match. So, because you sped it up.
What I saw of it, um, I'll be fair and say I'll give that horrible backhanded chop thing that he did at the ending of the match a 3, just because it amused me, and I got a good laugh out of it.
Oh well, I mean that's gonna be higher than what I gave it, and that's gonna be. Well, never mind. I'm gonna shut up. Because to me, this match was a 1. I don't get it.
So I didn't even watch the match and I gave it a higher rating.
What? No, I watched the match. I just was like, I was just like, okay. But there was a lot of botchery too. I ain't gonna lie.
I believe you. Again, seeing that backhanded fist thing he did, it just yeah. I'm
No, there was a spot where they missed the sidewalk slam, and then they went back and did it again, and that's why I was like, oh gosh. But then again, Jack goes back to his first match in 18 months. Big Bill's kind of put in this position to make a guy who hasn't wrestled in a year and a half look good. So, I mean,
yeah, and he isn't that polished to do those things as well. So there's that.
but then again, he's also like the tallest motherfucker they got. So it's almost like it's up. I mean, he worked big at times, but they didn't let him work big a lot.
I gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. That pretty much tracks for AEW. I'm gonna say Uncle Dave gave this at least a 2.
Ooh, you funny.
Higher?
Lower.
1.5.
Oh, I gave it higher than that. 1.5.
1 7/5.
1 7/5.
Okay. I thought Dave was probably going to be a little bit more forgiving, but I get that. Alright, Mark Briscoe defeated MJF in a tables and tax match in 19 minutes 20 seconds. You know, usually when it comes to the AEW blood and guts matches, you know, I don't really expect a lot. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this match. They stuck to what the match was supposed to be. These were two guys that hated each other and wanted to fuck each other up, but they wasn't looking to mutilate themselves in order to, you know, actually, you know, have that, to actually have that done.
I beg to differ, but
Well, what I mean is, they didn't, like, just, you know, drill themselves into thumbtacks, you know, freely and, you know, and then no sold it. They actually made the spots that were with the tax, with the tables, actually
Matter.
matter towards the match. There was some actually psychology into it. And obviously, I'm pretty sure you're referring to the spot where Mark Briscoe literally, where he kicked MJF and fell into the thumbtacks, which I mean only kind of plays into the story. Uh, I thought it was well done. It wasn't as gory as you would expect AEW to be. Um, and I mean, they, like I said at the top of the show, constrained. They stuck to, uh, they stuck to thumbtacks and tables, except for one spot where there was a chair with thumbtacks. I did not like that. They should have had a chair in the match. They only used it for one spot and then drew it away, which was kind of appreciated. But they showed that constraint, and I think everything in the match actually worked really well for both guys. And I mean, it is worth noting that I do like Mark Briscoe, genuinely, really good guy. And I hate MJF, so I had a clear baby face and a clear heel that I liked in this one. So, which usually AEW matches, like, I could not give a shit either which way. um, so, I mean, that could have played a factor into my enjoyment of the match as well. But I said a lot of things. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, honestly, the story of the match was Jay Briscoe trying. I mean, not Jay, but Mark Briscoe trying to hit the J Driller on on MJF, and MJF doing his best trying to avoid being in the tags. Period. Those are the two bigger psychology parts of the match. I think. I mean, when you were like they weren't throwing themselves all over the place. Mark took a lot of goddamn bumps.
I mean, yes, but they weren't self-inflicted. MJF actually, hit him with these things.
Oh yeah, MJF was the one providing the offense, so that makes sense. And overall, the match it did what it was supposed to do. Honestly, this was one of the better hardcore, crazy gimmick matches they had when they actually allowed them to do the psychology part of it. Because you just could see that Mark's overzealousness to get MJF on the thumbtacks costed him at times.
Right.
And MJF was able to take advantage of that and make it an offensive. And you also saw where the reluctance of MJF even trying to get into the tax became a detriment to where Mark could take advantage of it. So that's what I liked about it. Like both of their fears or overzealous, both of their like one man's cautiousness became another person's advantage, and one person's eagerness became another person's advantage. So I will give AEW kudos for that aspect of it because that psychology was very brilliant throughout the match. And yeah, I mean, Jay won, so I thought MJF was going to win, but
Mark won.
No, I thought MJF was going to win, but then once Mark hit that J Driller, I knew it was over.
Okay.
Because that was the thing he was trying to hit the whole time, and once he got it, it was a wrap.
Right. Look at AEW surprising us with actually giving us a very well told story.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, this was a feud that's kind of been, 5-6 months in the making?
Right. I mean, when you literally have somebody have a promo that says, "I can't go on my honeymoon until I killed Mark Briscoe," I mean, it's obviously personal.
Well, nah, it was personal when he said it should have been you rather than Jay. So
Yeah,
that's where I was.
yeah, of
That's
course.
the personal.
No, of course. But yeah, I mean, it was the proper way to do things, and honestly, this is maybe one of my well, first and foremost, match of the night for me personally, and maybe one of my favorite AEW matches just overall. Um, Again, I think that I was just maybe in a good mood, but I don't know. It worked for me. Right,
I mean, yeah, overall it worked. Yeah.
right. How
I
many?
would say this is like MJF's best psychology match.
Um, I mean, yeah, but I mean these MJF's had good psychology matches, but like I said, not all of MJF's matches I actually like because I don't necessarily like MJF. This more or less worked for me because of who was in it on the opposite end, and that's Mark Briscoe, and I got a soft spot for the Briscoes. Uh, how many
Fair
stars?
enough.
How many? How many stars do you give this one?
A good 4.25. I mean, I'm willing to give it a 4.5.
What's what's stopping you from adding the 4.5, the extra quarter?
I mean, I don't. There's nothing keeping me from it. So that's. I mean, that's the ceiling of what I would give this match as far as a psychology perspective. I think this is one of AEW's better matches. So yeah, fuck it, 4.5.
I agree, 4.5. Um, the only those little things that bothered me, prevented me from making a complete 5 stars. So, yeah, everything just worked out very well in that match. If we like this match, Uncle Dave probably didn't like it, but it did have blood and violence, so he loves that. 4 and 7/5.
Man, you a fucking cheat.
Oh, really?
Yes, I said you're a cheat. Yes.
All right. Dialing on Uncle Dave.
4 and 7/5. Yeah.
All right. Um, I guess we were on the same page as Dave. Maybe Dave liked it a little more than us. Um, but we're not getting paid by the snowman, so there is that as well. All right.
A young Jeezy.
Huh?
Oh, never mind. Oh, when you said the snowman, I'm thinking young Jeezy.
What? Why would young GC be paying Dave Meltzer?
Because young Jeezy's nickname is the snowman.
I'm talking about Tony Khan.
But before Tony Khan, there was Jeezy the snowman.
I mean, it could have been Frosty the Snowman for all we know. But I was talking about, Cocaine had Tony Khan.
He ain't real. Jeezy was real.
I don't fucking know. We're talking about snowmen. Right, next match, Demand, Rick Lachey, Bishop Khan, and Tia Leone, defeated the Ouchie Business, Robert Lashley, Benjamin Shelton, and VIP. Um, this was another match I opted out not to watch. Um, MVP getting back in the ring for the first time in his AEW career was not enough for me to warrant watching this match, considering Ricochet was in it, and yeah. Again, this was a 5-hour show. I was not going to watch 13 minutes and 45 seconds of something that didn't necessarily matter. What say you, Khalifa?
Well, luckily for you, I watched it. They got to come up with a better name than the demand, because I kept thinking supply and demand when I heard demand.
I was thinking
But
video
that's
on demand.
oh no, I was thinking supply and demand, like my business 101 class, econ 101. But the match went kind of what I thought it was gonna go. Like they isolated Benjamin and Shelton, and MVP became like the person that got the pin because he's not used to being back in the ring, and B, he's his first time back in the ring. So if they were to lose, the right person took the pin, i.e. MVP. But MVP did kind of look like one of them old dudes, the old OGs that was just trying to go out on his sword and do as much as he can. When he tried to hit his finisher, that's when he got hit in the knee, and then the rest of it was a wrap. So, I mean, at least they got that part aspect of it right. And I guess the demand winning makes sense because you kind of want to prolong the beef between the supply and demand and Hurt Business. So
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that they let the on demand beat the Hurt Syndicate. Honestly,
well,
considering
they beat them, but it's who they pinned is what mattered.
yeah.
They pinned the weakest link, and Ricochet pinned the weakest link, so he gets more shit talking points. So that's why.
Yeah, I get that. So how many stars you give this?
It was a good 3. I mean, MVP showed some old points. Shelton Benjamin looks like he was just gonna whoop everybody by himself. I will say this: he's having a goddamn renaissance back in AEW, because that motherfucker, he looking like Brock Lesnar mini out there, the way he out here motherfuckers. But a solid 3.
Okay, I give it 2 fast forward bars.
Of course you did.
And Uncle Dave doesn't necessarily like the Hurt Syndicate or all that much.
Because he doesn't like black people.
I couldn't tell you why. Gonna say that he gave it 2 7/5.
Go higher.
3.5.
3.5.
Okay. Alright, AEW, that bitch show championship.
Next.
And that's why I didn't watch this match.
I mean, do we really need to rate a match that we knew what the hell was going to happen?
Yeah. Agreed. I'm assuming Dave gave it a 3.75.
He gave it a higher grade, so
4.5.
lower.
4.25.
Gave it a 4.
4. Interesting. Alright, we have a 3-way match for the AEW Unified Championship. We have Kazuchika Okaya defeated Kolkutska Takeshita and Masquerita Dorito in 21 minutes. But
Dorita Takeshita Okada.
when I was speeding up Mercedes and Riho, I actually overshot, the mark, and I actually landed when this match was, in progress. Didn't feel like going back, so I just kind of watched it where it was. Um, I could tell you who Kazuchika Okada is. I could tell you who Konosuke is. Cannot tell you who Dorito was. Like legitimately, it bothered me to no ends that there was this generic insert here luchador in this match with like two really big Japanese names. Um, so I mean that didn't make sense to me whatsoever. But then I realized, Okada got to beat somebody. And Konosuke is, the G1, champion right now, so he can't take it now. Um, and then you have the fact that they're. Then I realized that both of these guys are in the Don Callis family, and then, why the fuck is Don Callis people fighting Don Callis people? So there's just a lot of confusion on my part. But, what's.
Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the whole purpose of it. Because take shit. One, okay, let first, quick sidebar. So when the belt was on the line and then Okada won, and then I'm like, okay, they had three belts. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't he merge the two into one? That whole that part threw me way the fuck off. Just the way that they handle those belts threw me the fuck off.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
Secondly, the third guy was there because of the fact that it sets up the beef between both guys. Because you could just tell the demeanor of Takeshita after the match, which kind of Don Callis trying to be like, hey, it's all good, it's all competition, and Takeshita like, bitch, please. Uh, so I like that part, especially considering that this is the G1 winner. So it would make sense that he feels some type of way about not competing and not winning, especially considering he just did the same thing Okada just did, win a G1. So
Right.
it made total sense in that aspect. So I mean, to me, it, the guy was there to take the pin. It's just that the story is between the Callis family having a rift in which I think Takeshita and Okada is going to have a one-on-one.
I mean, that's what it kind of seemed like they were alluding to. So I mean, in that regard, they got that over, successfully. Um, but again, it didn't necessarily make me any less confused. I mean, obviously, at the ending of the match, you get a clear picture of what's going on. Uh,
Right.
but I don't know. I Could they have done this with anybody else than generic luchador number three?
No, because you don't want a star that overshadows the story that they're trying to tell. So I get why they did it.
I mean,
Because otherwise they might as well just had it. Because they didn't want both men to take. They didn't want Take Shitta to take the L.
right,
Because Take Shitta taking the L, it wouldn't even have had this part.
very true. I mean, in that regard, then it worked, well. But again, it's kind of it was kind of predictable. You kind of knew that Okada was going to win it. But I think that was kind of like you said, the plan. It was just to build tension between Cold Cuts and Okada.
Yes, sir.
All right, how many stars you give this?
I mean, it was a good 3.5. I mean, just with the storytelling, yeah. So I give it that.
Um, do I want to give it 3.5? You know what? Yeah, I'll give it 3.5. Um, this it was solid wrestling. Obviously, when Okada wants to actually go, he can still actually go. And the little story at the end where you know things are building. Hopefully, it builds something good. Um, you know, it means they're going somewhere with it, so that's nice. So yeah, 3.5. All right. Then we have a coffin match. Neo-Nazi Moxicillin defeated Debbie Allen in 20 minutes. That was a 20-minute match. Um, I mean, did you really expect anything different than what they were going to do? It's. I mean, Darby has no regard for his own life at this point, and Moxley, just likes to do stupid shit. So, in that regard, they very much succeeded. Um, I thought that they were going to do stupider shit than they actually did. So I was actually pleasantly surprised that the match ended with, you know, only a couple of forkings and, not as bad of blood as we usually get in these matches. Um, like I said at the top of the show, it kind of seemed like these guys were actually showing constraint, um, which is not an AEW formula. I still didn't like the match, and like when Pac came back, like I legitimately was confused of who the fuck was this guy until they said that it was Pac, and I was like oh shit, that's Pac. Didn't look like Pac. Um, I, did the right person win? Probably. Moxley needs some heat back. And losing doesn't hurt Darby at this point. The people are going to love him, regardless. And I mean, he did kind of get his comeuppance at the later in the show when he set Moxley on fire, and like that's what I was. That's what I was waiting for, like literally the stupidest shit you could possibly imagine. Him lighting John Moxley on fire. But I mean, even that was done actually really, really well. They took the camera off of Moxley so he could, put whatever medicine or protection he needed on, to actually make that, transition. And then you had, when he did actually set him on fire, you had somebody with a, fire extinguisher ready to go, to put him out. And it was like immediately. So, from AEW standpoint, I commend you. You did a
You golf clap? You're giving them golf claps? Look at you.
like they did well in that regard to not let a man burn himself alive because he wanted to. I mean, it's not saying a lot.
You're happy because he put safety first. Ain't that so
Safety
cute?
first. The snowman.
First things
came
first.
through.
First things first. Safety first.
Yeah. But what say you, Kaliko? What do you say?
I mean, Pac coming back, I was like, damn, who is this cancer patient with? But I was like, wait a minute, that's Pac? Like, oh shit. But, uh, but I mean, all things considered, I mean, I thought this would have been the death nail and the Death Riders, but clearly that wasn't part of the plan. Uh, uh, Moxley gets the win. He gets the brag. The funny part is that they just carried his ass like with a bunch of pallbearers, which was funny as shit to me. Uh, so I mean, Moxley wins, gets the heat, stays on top a little bit. I still don't get the Death Rider angle. It's just it's gonna have to sell me. They're gonna have to sell me on why.
Why they're still sticking around?
Why? Yes, exactly.
Mm, yeah.
I need to know their why, and I don't understand their why.
Kill Darby Allin.
Really though? I mean, when they're trying to recruit Statlander.
I mean, it seemed like Wheeler was more inclined to recruit Statlander than, the Dead Riders as a whole.
Wheeler got a crush on Statlander.
Yep.
Wheeler got a sign for her.
He got the thing for an alien.
I mean, is she really an alien?
I mean, she used to be an alien.
Well, she's your TNA. TNA. She's your AEW Women's Champion at this point now.
Well, thanks for the spoiler.
Man, motherfuckers already watched it. What are you talking about?
Well, we'll get to that when we get to it, but, did it work for you? Did it not work? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
I mean, the coffin match worked because Darby Allin is willing to be the safety crash test dummy that just gets his ass thrown all over the place. And the fact that he was willing to let Pac put him in a body bag and toss him like a fucking sack of potatoes into the coffin. I mean, hey.
How many stars you give this one?
I mean, a good 3.
I'm going to give this 3.5. And I'll tell you why I'm giving it 3.5. Because this was...
Because they show safety.
Exactly. Safety and constraint. They could have gone a lot further than they actually did. And we've seen both guys go, batshit crazy in the past. And they so constrained. It wasn't. It was a bad match, but it wasn't insufferable because they were, obviously they tried to murder each other to the point where the crowd chanted, "This is murder." But there was
the fact that the crowd chanted, "This is murder."
But I mean, when Moxley got set on fire, they had somebody ready with a fire extinguisher. So they're learning from their mistakes. Slowly but surely, AEW will be a safe to practice, company. So I'll commend them on that. 3.5. Alright, we have a fatal 4-way match for the AEW Women's Championship, a World Championship, I should say. Chris Statlander defeated, Timeless Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Takala in 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Chris Statlander winning the AEW Women's Championship, not on my bingo card this year. Not in the conversation, didn't even think that it was a possibility. But here we are. Chris Statlander, your new Women's Champion. So, again, I gotta say, kudos to AEW for giving an unexpected moment. Just when you think that you know the narrative, Tony Storm having a death clutch on that title that she wouldn't have let go for, even Mercedes, giving it to Chris Statlander, I'm thoroughly impressed on that. So, yeah, it was an okay match, but the surprise definitely made it memorable, in my opinion. What say you, Kaliko?
Oh yeah, it sure did. It threw everything out the water. I mean, the fact that Tony Storm spent like 10 minutes just looking like a lost deer in the headlights on the stage after the loss tells you everything you need to know. I'm like, damn. Harley came out and hugged her, fireworks popped out, and there's Tony just like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
But it also sets up, I mean, a match that we really didn't see. I don't think we ever seen them go one on one.
Um, I mean that's a good question.
Not
Unless if it was,
not timeless. I mean, at least not the timeless version.
I mean, it could have been a throwaway on some random Dynamite, but I couldn't necessarily tell you. It was definitely not on paid preview for sure.
Yes, I mean, so that's a thing. So I give him that much, and then um, so yeah, I mean, and the fact that they pulled that trigger, I mean, but Tony wasn't going to have the belt forever.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, so the right person won, and yes, gotta give him props.
I don't know if the right person won, but definitely, an unexpected person won, which
You really
is
thought that one was gonna win the fucking belt? Who was gonna win that title other than Tony Storm?
Tony Storm.
Yeah, that's the only.
Oh, actually, we'll go with our star ratings first. How many stars do you give this one?
3.5. Shocker, big shocker, shocker of the year, damn near.
Yeah, I agree with that. 3.5. Um, Uncle Dave, we have to do the last like three matches. At least Okada Konosuke. Did we do Okada Konosuke?
Oh no,
Okay. 4.25.
higher,
5.25.
5.25.
Okay then. Oh, Uncle Dave. I was gonna say you gotta love him, but do you have to love him? Can we just leave him?
You don't have to love. You don't have to love anything. Love is a choice.
Um. Then Moxley and Darby. Ooh. That's gonna be tough. 4 7/5.
Lower.
4.25.
Now you're just higher.
4.5.
4.5. There we go.
Okay. And this match, 3.5.
Higher.
4.
No, lower.
3 7/5.
Yep.
Right. Then we
Wait a
have
minute. What?
what?
Breaking news. Ash by Elegance retires and vacates the TNA Knockouts Championship.
The fuck? Is there like context to that? Is she injured?
I have no clue.
Okay, well we will get to that story in a bit. Let's let's continue while I try and gather more information on that. Uh, we have a four-way ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We have Brodito, Brody, Borgo King, and Bandito defeating the Young Fucks, Matt Jackass, Nick Jackass, Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and Spitball, Mike Bailey. And the
Can we just call him Jet 2 Holiday?
Jet 2 Holiday?
Yes.
I mean, I could. Uh,
If you have a TikTok, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
okay, then I do not know what you're talking about.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 Holiday. Right now.
Um, what was I? The Don Callis family, Heath Cheerio and Josh Alexander. Bro Ditto won in 24 minutes and 40 seconds. I mean, it was I would say that was a solid ladder match. Maybe a bit longer than I would have liked it to be. I wouldn't say that anything like new or innovative was done in it. It was just, a ladder match to get guys on the card. So, I mean, I appreciate that aspect of it. I will say, Mike Bailey, literally murdered Heath Cheerio on the top of that ladder with the double knees to the head. That was fucking nasty. I'll give him that. But like I said, nothing new or innovative that you haven't seen. This was, an AEW special. Just a car crash, and if you expected anything more, then that was kind of on you. So these guys did not practice constraint, in my opinion. But what say you, Kaliko?
I mean, the fact that he almost broke his leg, meaning Bailey fucking trying to get the belt, says everything. It was literally a crash and burn match. I just remember one person getting pile drive through the table while another person was getting Spanish fly through the table while another person was getting the body slam. It was just Jesus Christ. It was just a crash and burn for real, for real. But that wasn't even the highlight of the match, of the whole thing, if that makes sense.
Do you want to talk about the aftermath?
I mean, that was pretty much the highlight, honestly.
Yeah. Out of literally fucking nowhere, Jack Perry the Platypus came back, and attacked the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks, beat up, Jack Perry, and then a video package plays. And when a video package plays, literally everything stops and you have to watch that video package. You can't just, kill a motherfucker while a video package is going on. That wouldn't be right. So basically, Jack Perry dug up Lunchasaurus, resurrected him, as you will, and he made the save, and it wasn't just the resurrection of Lunchasaurus, it was the resurrection of Jungle Boy Jack Perry. They celebrated with what is it called? Bostonia? Bostinia? The Jungle Boy Dean.
Yeah.
And yeah, and to say that the crowd ate this up was an understatement. The crowd went fucking bananas for Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And honestly, it was kind of awe-inspiring, honestly. The crowd, to see them back together, obviously what they did outside of, Jungle Boy and Lunchasaurus was left a lot to be desired. Didn't necessarily work. So kind of going back to basics, and now they're, what worked? Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. don't think I'm ever going to like Jack Perry. I think he's a jackass. Not a good person. I generally like Luchasaurus, so as long as he's healthy and able to compete, I'm happy for him. Um, but how did you feel about it?
It was rather touching. I must admit, it was a little touching to see them come back together because it was like, maybe because the crowd was like, oh, and then everybody started doing the oh, oh, oh. I'm like, oh Lord, we're back, and they're back. I guess guess he was tired of being a scapegoat. I don't-
I mean, it never really made sense to begin with, but that's probably another story for another time.
Indeed, it is a story for another time. Indeed, it is. Because God damn it, we had no clue. But of course, but a touching moment nonetheless. You got to give them their props for that.
So, yeah, and like I said, the people were into it, which is if the people are into it, it works.
Oh yeah, they ate that shit up. Ate it up
I
like
mean,
soup and dog.
it did seem like Jungle Boy was actually a little bit emotional going back to the Jungle Boy gimmick. I don't know if that's just embarrassment that he couldn't get over as the scapegoat, but um, you know, we'll see where this takes them. Where can they go from here?
I mean, honestly, that's all you can do is just see how far it can go. I mean, but that is a tag division that well after the fatal four way, you're gonna want more competition.
Right. Getting back to the Fatal Four Way. How many stars you give it?
It was your typical crash and burn. So I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. I'm never gonna say I'm not a fan of people fucking themselves over. So four.
I give the match a three. I give the aftermath another half a star, so 3.5. Alright, Uncle Dave probably gave this a 4.5, no?
Uncle Dave gave it higher than a four and a half.
4 and 7/5.
4 and 7/5.
Gotcha. Alright, and that brings us to the main event, the last match. We interrupted your regularly scheduled Wrestlepalooza to bring you this long ass match. AEW World Championship match. Porn stars Adam Page defeated Kyle Flatulence in 38 minutes and 10 seconds. Um, it was hard to honest, like, everything that we spoke about. It was kind of easy to digest. Um, for one reason or another. It was hard to get invested. I don't necessarily like Adam Page. I hate Kyle Flatulence. Um, Obviously, Adam Page just won the title maybe, like, what, 2 months ago? So, you kind of could see the writing on the wall. So, it was honestly way too long of a match that was very predictable in the first place. I hate the fact that they used tables when it was just, when it should have just been a traditional, one-on-one match. Didn't necessarily need it. Um, I will say Kyle, ate a lot of punishment in the match, so kudos to him. But yeah, like I said, way too long of a match for when you know the result of it before you get into it. What say you?
Man, that match was like that was the time and a half overtime match. Because, god damn it. I mean, I was like, damn, is this an Iron Man match? Like, what?
I mean, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to, build him as, a fighting champion. But, you actually need people that, dread in the rain rather than guys you want to build. If that makes sense.
I mean, I could have made the argument this made Fletcher look better than Hangman Page.
Well, I mean, I agree. But, I mean, they're trying to make... That's not what I meant. They were trying to make him look good, Kyle. Um, rather than give, Adam Page, viable opponents that validate his title run, if that makes sense.
That is true. I just think that this match was like 10 minutes too long. Half an hour I could see, but like a 40-minute match, you could just tell it got to the point where they were just doing shit just to keep the eyeballs on people. I mean, you already had the people in Toronto, nigga. I mean, we were already watching the fucking pre-show. That shit went from like the pre-show to like the second match of the night in Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah. I mean, I could make the argument that this was 20 minutes too long. Like, 18 minutes would have been fine. They could have got to the same place that they needed to go.
Yeah, that's my point. So that's the biggest issue that I have with this match. It was just entirely too long.
How many stars you give it?
3, because it was fucking 30 minutes too long.
I agree with that. 3 stars. Alright. And Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave gave this 5 stars.
Higher. I'm like, what crack is he smoking?
5.5.
5.25.
5.25.
I quota.
Okay then. Yeah, that'll conclude our. That was the last match. So how many? What would you rate this show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
Honestly, AEW All Out was a good show. The main event was long as fuck, but everything else was pretty spot on for what it's supposed to be. Mox is gonna do his Mox shit. Young Bucks are gonna do their Young Bucks shit. They gave us a shocker of the night with Tony losing. They gave us um what else they gave? I mean, yeah, they gave us the John Cena moment. An AEW crowd chanting John Cena. I mean, hey, it was pretty much a charcuterie board of what you wanted in wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. For what I saw, I enjoyed. It was, like I said, it was 5 hours, so, obviously there was shit I needed to, speed up. So, I can't necessarily give it, a complete thumbs up, but I could give it an Orange Cassidy, thumbs up, just to kind of, give them that nod, because what I saw I was okay with, but I can't necessarily rate it any higher because I didn't watch everything. And I'm sure if I watched this in, one go 5 hours, matches I didn't give a fuck about, it would probably be a different rating, in my opinion.
Could be. I mean, it could be, but to me, I thought it was pretty solid. So I have no issue giving it the high rating it deserves.
Okay. So that will conclude our coverage of AEW All Out.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.